cloudy sky hangs over old city in Europe. The stone buildings stood strong, but the alleys were as quiet as a dead city. Dante walked slowly, his face lowered. His hands were still holding the torn piece of black robe he found in the ruins of his house. He didn't know which way to go, but his heart said, "Something will happen today." Then he saw it. A person in a black robe walked quickly in front of him, tall, muscular, and confident steps. Dante immediately gave chase. "Hey, stop!" he shouted. The figure paid no attention. Dante continued to chase until they reached the end of a narrow hallway, a dead end. The cloaked figure turned around slowly, revealing a ferocious face and burning red eyes. From a distance, a young girl in a headscarf watched them. She stood quietly behind the wall, watching intently. Dante took a breath. "Where did you take my parents?" The robed man answered in a deep voice. "What business do I have with you? I don't understand what you're saying." Dante lifted the torn cloth of his robe and showed it. The man's eyes narrowed. He muttered softly as if to himself, "Skull sect." He stared at Dante sharply. "What are your father and mother's names?" Dante answered firmly, "Aaron and Thalia." The man looked shocked. "Full names? Aaron Duskwalker, Devil, and Thalia Ravenshade Devil?" Dante nodded quickly. "Yes. How did you know?" The man's face instantly turned pale. He took half a step back. Then with a swift movement, he raised his hand and uttered a spell. Thick black smoke came out of his palm and enveloped Dante. Dante screamed, then his body collapsed to the ground unconscious. The cloaked man glanced around, then fled down another hallway. His shadow disappeared into the mist. From behind the wall, the young girl in the hijab came out. She approached Dante's body and crouched down. The girl's name is Soya. He quietly muttered to himself, "This is the black smoke magic of the Skull sect. Its effect can make the victim unconscious for 3 days." Soya opened her small bag. She took out a purple potion bottle and a bucket of water from a nearby alley. Then she poured the liquid into the water, stirring it slowly while reciting a prayer. "With this, may the evil magic disappear." The water glowed softly. Then Soya poured the water on Dante's body. Dante's body jerked. His eyes were still closed, but his breathing was starting to become regular. Soya smiled faintly and sat down beside him. Night began to fall, and the wind carried the scent of magic that would begin their long adventure. Dante's body felt cold as he slowly opened his eyes. His vision was blurry, but the sound of dripping water and the scent of herbs brought him some consciousness. "Who are you?" Dante's voice was hoarse. A young girl with a black headscarf smiled. Pink headphones were still on her head. "My name is Soya. I'm just an ordinary girl from Western Turkey," she answered softly. Dante tried to get up, but his body was still weak. "We have to get out of here," said Soya. "It's getting late. I'll find a place to eat and stay for us." They walked out of the city alley, through the increasingly quiet alleys. On the way, Soya began to tell a story. "I used to have a family," he said softly, "but everything was destroyed by a group of witches whose name I don't know. What is clear is that they killed everyone in my village." Dante was silent, listening. "They burned everything. My father, mother, my neighbors all died. I only remember one thing, their leader. His form turned into a skeleton, a scary living skeleton." Soya held her crystal necklace. "Before my father died, he told me to run and gave me this potion book. I've kept it until now." Their steps slowed as they realized something strange. The city was deserted. The shops were tightly closed. There was no human voice. The streetlights were dimly lit, as if reluctant to come on. "Why does this city seem dead?" Dante muttered. Suddenly, a middle-aged man ran past them panting. Soya stops him. "Sir, why are you running? What happened to this city? Why is everything closed?" The man turned his head in panic, then glanced left and right. "Come with me quickly. You can't be outside at this time of night." They followed the man to an old house at the end of the alley. The door was immediately locked tightly. Inside the house, the smell of old wood and warm tea greeted them. The man looked at them seriously. "This town is being terrorized by a broccoli-headed ghost." Dante and Soya looked at each other, confused. "Yeah, it sounds weird, right?" the man said. "But it's real. The ghost appears every night, kidnapping young people and small children who don't like to eat vegetables, especially broccoli." He pointed to the walls of the house covered in graffiti with the names of the missing children. 10 children have been taken. No one knows where they went. What is clear is that those who don't eat vegetables will be targeted. The man handed him a plate of warm vegetable soup. "Eat this. You have to stay here tonight to be safe." "Thank you, sir," Dante said sincerely. Soya looked out the window, then said softly, "The broccoli ghost is not alone. I can feel other auras. They are not ordinary ghosts. They have witchcraft, and they could be part of the same cult." Dante clenched his fists. "If they are part of the cult that kidnapped Mom and Dad, then we have to fight them." Soya nodded. "But not tonight. Let's rest first. Tomorrow, we'll start investigating."